As you continue to refine your store and try to make things easier for your customers to find, it may be a good idea to tweak something called your search settings. At face value, it may be kind of hard to find exactly where those are. So what you're going to have to do is go to the System section, go down to Configuration. Inside of Configuration, you're going to scroll down until you find the Catalog section, and then you're going to click on the word Catalog. Once the Catalog section loads, you can scroll down and find Catalog Search. This is where you can adjust the search settings, the way that people interact with your site. So the minimal query length, this refers to the number of characters that need to be in the search box before a search is performed. You can also determine the maximum query length, which determines the maximum number of characters that are allowed inside of the search box. You can expand this out so people can look for longer descriptions, or you can shorten it up so that people can only type 1 or 2 words. It is totally up to you. I would actually recommend increasing this maybe to somewhere like 140 characters just to give them the ability to type in some sort of phrase. Maybe they don't remember the product name necessarily, but they remember something about the description and they can type that in and hopefully find it. The maximum query words count, that's how many words are allowed in this search query. So you might want to change that a little bit to correspond with how long you've made the query length. So maybe you want to up that to maybe like 15 words. Enable search suggestions. If it's set to yes, the search results list for a query that returns no results will display a message that says, did you mean, and then something followed after that. So if you misspelled robots, for instance, and someone typed in like robots, they would come back with a suggestion saying, oh, did you mean robots? And so it will try to help the user if they do misspellings or if they come close to a search term that's in your database. You can also show the results count for each suggestion. For instance, if they give you a suggested term like, did you mean robots? And then it will say in parentheses how many results they found for robots or cars or whatever it might be. Enable search recommendations. Basically what this means is if this is set to yes and there are no results returned from the query terms that are entered into the search box, that they will give you a list of related search terms. And so you can set this to yes, which displays the text related search terms followed by a list of the recommended search terms underneath it, or you can set it to no, which will not enable search recommendations at all. So you can take a look at these and adjust them to your liking. It's going to be different for every store and every person. But I think for the most part, as long as you keep this within an adequate range so that people can actually type things into your search box and still find what they're looking for, I think you're doing your job. Once you have all of these set up the way you like, go ahead and choose Save Config. That's going to save all of this information, and then once people go to the front end of your website and search for something, all of these new rules will apply going forward.